The eBay seller update for October is out, and it's good to know that eBay hasn't entirely forgotten about us as business sellers, even though events in the last few weeks up to last month kind of showed that eBay was paying more attention to the private sellers. But with this coming of this update, it gives a kind of renewed hope that look, eBay cares about us as business sellers. They want us to succeed. They want our business to succeed. They want to protect us from disgruntled buyers that want to come around and give us reviews, especially in situations where we do not deserve it. And eBay is also saying that, look, we've got your back as regards you getting the best photos out there, making sure that your item sells at all costs. We are giving you tools for free to make sure that your business succeeds. So I really want to say a very big thank you. Understand that eBay is a business, and as a business, they've gotten quite a lot of challenges. But even then, they still understand that, look, without the business sellers, we are actually going nowhere. So we're going to do everything possible to make sure that these guys succeed. And when I'm talking about these guys, I mean you and the little reseller grinding every day, going out, grinding in the trenches, going to the thrift stores, bringing items from different locations, cleaning them up, and coming to put them on the platform. eBay hasn't forgotten about us, and they are hoping that, look, with this update that they have just released, our business is going to move forward, especially now that we are going into Q4, a very, very timely time for this kind of updates to be released. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. I received this email like some few days ago. I wanted to immediately make a video, but one thing led to the other. I wasn't actually able to make the video, but today I said, you know what, before I get anything cooking, I have to talk about this. It's very brief. If you look at it, it's just in 3 sections, basically 2, because this is an update as it affects international selling. If you sell in any of the eBay websites, we're going to be coming to that later. But the main areas I want to talk about are just these 2 sections. Yeah, in the first section, it says tools you can trust. Create professional photos for free with advanced AI-powered photo editing features. Shop subscribers can easily monitor the success of their discount with redesigned overview and discount pages, and know the market value of your item and set the price accordingly. All right, this is what the first section is saying. And then the second section goes ahead to say our review policy has been updated to better protect your business. So if you look at it, the first section is actually directed at us business sellers. If you turn in a lot of photos, if you are a shop subscriber, as well as if you are someone that want to always check the market price of an item before you list it, this basically refers to the business sellers. This is something for us. And the other section is also pretty much directed at us as business sellers, because as a business seller, you stand the chance to sell a lot of items, and as you sell a lot of items, you also received a lot of reviews. Some could be good, some could be fair, and some could be outright wrong. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and look at these sections one after the other, what each of them is talking about. So at a glance, I can pretty much see that there's a new AI feature for your offers to optimize photos. It says, would you like to present your eBay listings with professional photos? Our new AI-based features makes it possible. All right, eBay already has a photo editing tool within the app where you can actually go ahead and retouch your photos. Let's say it's too dark, you want to make it a little bit brighter, or it's too bright, you want to kind of increase the contrast here and there. It's actually possible. I haven't actually used it because I pretty much just love staying with my Photoshop, because I found out that it makes my workflow very, very easy. I really do not list on my phone. Basically going by the nature of items I sell. I sell used computers, and sometimes these items are just better listed when you are on a desktop. But if you are somebody that uses the eBay app to list your photos, or even on desktop, then eBay is saying that, look, we've got your back. We want you to get the best photos that are possible. We've got an AI tool, and with an AI tool, we can pretty much expect better images if you want to edit your images with this. And what is this AI tool able to do? It says a new AI feature is available for free of charge, thanks to eBay that they are not charging us for this. It's free to use, and you can actually use it to edit a number of images, all for free. Okay, it allows you to automatically display the photos of your eBay listings against a high quality background. You can choose from various scenes such as solid colored backgrounds or outdoor shots. The result, you use professional photos to stand out from the competition and increase your sales opportunity. See, if you have been following this channel for a very long time, I say that, look, your item selling on eBay is basically dependent on the price of the item. But that's not to say that your pictures doesn't also have a little role to play. If you sell in a very competitive niche, let's say you have a lot of people selling the same item, everybody is listing at almost the same price, then if a buyer comes to this listing, goes onto eBay to search, and the search page is displayed, I really want to think that your photo standing out will actually determine whether you get a sale or not. But if you sell in a niche where you are pretty much the only one selling the item, then you can actually do whatever you want. Knock yourself out. Don't pay attention to your photos. But if your niche is very competitive, clothing for example, and every other household item niche, these are something that you need to pay attention to. A very good photo will actually stand you out from your competition and give you a better chance to sell your item. So how does it work actually? eBay is saying you have to open the app and click on the sell tab, then list an item or edit an existing item. So if you are listing a new item or you already have items listed, you can actually still go ahead and remove the background. That is the power of AI. You want to use the background remover tool to delete your existing background image and isolate your article. Let's say you made a photo in your warehouse, you made a photo in your bedroom or even your bathroom, and you suddenly realize that, look, you didn't want some features or some things that were shown in the background to be there. Now you want to get rid of it. There's gonna be days where you have to be stuck with the background that you have used. Now you can actually go ahead and delete the background thanks to the AI tool that eBay has given us for free. Choose an AI generated background that best suits your article. So if you sell a kitchen item, you can actually go ahead and select, or I want to imagine that you're going to create a text-based search within the app on the AI, and it generates you a number of backgrounds. Then you can actually go ahead and select the one that best suits the item you are trying to sell. So use the selected background to create a professional image and optimally showcase your article. Review your AI generated photo and list your item as usual. Very easy to use. This is very, very simple and good that we also have a description of the steps that we need to follow to actually achieve this. In this particular example that eBay has given, a pillowcase or a pillow is actually made on a couch, and then with the AI tool, the picture, the image, which is this pillow right here, has been isolated from the background, and then the new background, which is this yellow background you can see right here, has been generated using the AI, and then boom, you have a better looking photo. If you compare this to this will pretty much sell faster than this because this is looking bright, it's looking bold, it's looking very interesting. So this is actually a good move in the right direction. Shop subscribers can easily monitor the success of their discount with redesigned overview and discount pages. All right. So if you are somebody that uses a number of the eBay tools to sell your items, then eBay is saying that, look, we've got your back in this place. We've created a better design for the discount pages. In this way, you can actually see how your campaigns are doing. You can keep track of your campaign and ultimately go ahead to track the success of how each of the campaigns are doing. All right, this is kind of good. The campaign page has always been there, but eBay is saying, look, we've even gone ahead to make things more user-friendly. We're giving you a better design. You are now able to find things much faster. And it says the redesign marketing tabs provide a clear overview of your active discounts thanks to optimized navigation. Yes, now you can see how your active discounts are doing. The left navigation bar now offers quick access to the summary and promotions page, as well as buyer groups and social media pages. This is just a redesigned thing. It has always been there, but it was kind of difficult to find. But eBay is saying that, look, if you use any of these tools like special promotions, coupons, multi-discount, volume discount, we are actually simplifying things on this page that you can actually find wherever you're looking for. If you have an active campaign, with a click of a button, you can actually see how it's performing. We're giving better designs to the presentation of the data so that you can actually make informed decisions, see how your discount affects your orders and sales. I pretty much do not use a lot of this, but I do use special promotions, multi-discount, because right now I have a special promotion for some of my computers. I realized that they were not selling. I decided that, you know what, sometimes it's not just enough for us to list items on the platform. Given that eBay is putting a lot of effort to push these marketing tools down our throat, we have to begin to take a look at them, because perhaps these are some of the things that actually determines whether you make a sale or not, especially now that we are going to Q4. If you are not using these tools, I pretty much want to say that you are leaving a lot of money on the table. Gone are the days where you leave eBay to just do the heavy lifting. Sometimes you have to be seen doing a little bit from your side. Yes, I understand profit is the problem. The profit that you are going to expect right now, even without promotions, is already very little. So when you start to add promotions again, you are going to end up eroding your profit altogether. So before you begin to use all these tools, ensure that you have a safe profit margin on which you can actually go ahead and run some of these things. I do use special promotions, like I said, and I also do use multi-discount. Volume discount, something I want to run away from because the computers I sell are very expensive. There is just no way I can offer a discount of, say, buy 2 and get 1 free. But if you sell things like clothing, small items, you can actually say do a promotion that looks like buyer buys 3 items, get 1 for free, or buy 4 items, get 1 for free. But for multi-discounts, that is very, very easy in the category which I sell. A customer buys 2 PCs, then on the next PC, I can actually offer a 5% discount. So long and short of this is that this whole page has been redesigned to help us better understand how our campaigns are going. Know the market value of your items and set the prices accordingly. I have seen this before. If you go to your listing page as you're trying to set the price of your item, you see on the right hand side that there's a little display that shows you the price of your item that has sold, like the prevailing market price for which your item have sold or is selling. I've not actually used it, but the last time I checked, I saw that the prices that was being suggested was a little bit skewed because I know the PC I sell, I know the value of the PC. I want to imagine that the prices that this product research tool displays takes into account the prices for all the items that have sold or all the items that are listed. It doesn't matter if they are defective, because a defective item would naturally be sold for cheap. And if this tool is going to consider the prices of defective items to present with you an estimate, then the prices are going to be really skewed. It's going to present you a price that is a far cry from the market value of what you are trying to sell. But then if the items that you sell, you have no other way of finding out if the price is okay or not, this is one tool you want to take a look at. But honestly, I'm going to be taking a look at this tool again, trying to log the different prices against the prices of items I sell, just to see if the estimation that this tool is giving is pretty accurate. And then moving to the next section, this is a section that will naturally interest a lot of us as business sellers, because getting negative reviews or getting neutral reviews is something that really annoys a lot of us. And not once, not twice, I've had to make recourse to eBay because I received reviews that I felt were really, really unfair, and there was no reason I just could chew it. Let to make recourse to eBay, and on most occasions, these negative reviews have been removed. All right. Sometimes buyers are just disgruntled. There are so many reasons for that to be, because people have different problems, people have different life situations. And then I do not find it fair when a buyer kind of brings his personal situation to the eBay platform. You are angry about certain things. You are angry about your wife. You're angry about your husband. You're angry about your job. Then you buy something on eBay and you want to transfer that anger to the seller. But eBay is saying, look, enough is enough. We're going to be removing more reviews. A lot of situations have actually qualified now for neutral or negative reviews to be removed. And this update is saying, look, if a buyer places an order and asks you to cancel the item, which you refuse, understand that it's your right to decide whether you cancel a transaction or you will allow the transaction to go through. But then if you allow the transaction to go through, it doesn't ultimately mean that the buyer still cannot return that item. But then eBay is saying, look, let's say a buyer has asked you to cancel a transaction and you refuse to cancel it, which is your right. And then you go ahead and receive a neutral or a negative review from that person. In this kind of case, all you have to do is to make a complaint to eBay that, look, eBay, I refuse to cancel a transaction, and because the buyer is not happy about my decision, I have received a negative review. eBay is going to go ahead there and then to remove this negative review. This is perfect. This is great. A very good protection for us as sellers. All right. And the next example that has been specified in this update is that if a buyer no longer wants the item and goes ahead to complain in his or her review about the cost of the eBay return label, in this particular case, you can actually make a complaint to eBay and the review, doesn't matter if it's neutral or negative, is going to be removed. I want to imagine that this applies to people that do not offer free returns on their item. I typically tend to offer free returns. So if a buyer wants to return my item, there is no need to talk. There is no need to argue. I just send the return label and the buyer sends me back my item. But there are some sellers where they say, look, the buyer has to bear the cost of the return. And sometimes some buyers could actually be shocked how expensive it is to send back a little item. Let's say you've bought a computer, you want to send it back. Believe me, you want to begin to calculate with a cost of as much as $15 up to $25, depending on how heavy the item you are sending back is. And this may actually come as a huge shock for a lot of buyers. And when it's so, it's expected. They're going to be very angry. They're going to be like, no, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and leave a negative review. But then eBay is actually protecting us from the anger of these disgruntled buyers. I really do think that this is a good thing in the right direction. And then the third section is saying selling internationally, changes to international eBay websites. And if you take a look at this page, there are a lot of changes to the different countries where you sell on eBay. If you sell on ebay.com, ebay.es, which is in Spain, in Switzerland, in Poland, in Austria, in Netherlands, in Canada, in Italy, Ireland, France, Belgium, Australia, it will do you a lot of good if you actually click on this to see. And sorry, I forgot to mention the United Kingdom. All right, it's going to do you a lot of good if you go ahead to click on these links and see the changes that have been made to these country versions. I sell on eBay, which is in Germany, and it's not actually listed here, so I really do not have to do anything. But if you take a look, this update is very brief, easy to read, easy to digest, so it makes a lot of sense if you actually will sit down and just take a look at it and read for yourself and be informed what eBay is actually doing to make sure that our business thrives, like I said, especially now that we are heading to Q4. I hope this motivates you to want to keep selling on eBay. I'm really thankful that eBay is updating us on the things that they have been doing behind the scene, even though there's still a lot more that we would love to hear about, especially as regards to why private people are allowed to sell for free and for how long this is going to be. But this already is a good update for us. And as the saying goes, half a loaf of bread is always better than none. Until I see you again in the next one, peace.